Chapter 3. Dopamine-driven swiping. Ethan didn't notice when it stopped being about people. At first, it had been conversations, curiosity, that small spark of excitement when someone interesting appeared on his screen. He would read bios carefully, look for details, and imagine what it might be like to meet them. Back then, a match meant something. It meant possibility. Now it meant something else. His phone buzzed. A match. A small red notification bloomed in the corner of the app, pulsing just enough to demand attention. Ethan felt it instantly, that quick, sharp lift in his chest, subtle but unmistakable. He tapped it. There she was. A new face. A new name. He smiled briefly. Then, almost without thinking, he went back to swiping. Another profile. Swipe right. Another left. And another right. The rhythm had changed, faster now. Less deliberate, more mechanical. This is how the loop works. Not through satisfaction, but through anticipation. The brain doesn't just reward the match itself. It rewards the possibility of a match. The uncertainty. The maybe. Like pulling a lever on a slot machine, each swipe carries a chance. Small, unpredictable, but enough to keep you going. This one could be it. Buzz. Another match, another hit, another small surge of validation. Ethan leaned back against his pillow, staring at the screen. 2 new matches, 3 conversations waiting, a growing list of people who had, in some small way, chosen him. It should have felt meaningful. Instead, it felt incomplete. He opened one of the chats, typed, "Hey, how's your week going?" Sent, watched the message delivered, then left. There was no urgency to stay, because the reward had already been claimed. Minutes later, he was back to swiping. The shift is almost invisible when it happens. Connection requires effort, patience, and presence, but the app offers something quicker, cleaner, immediate. A match asks nothing from you, except that you keep playing. Ethan's phone buzzed again. Not a match this time. A message from someone he'd matched with earlier that day. "Hey, I saw you like photography. What do you usually shoot?" He read it, paused, thought about replying. Then, almost instinctively, he minimized the chat and returned to the main screen. Swipe. Because replying required something different. Attention, energy, a willingness to focus on one person instead of many. And compared to the effortless rush of a new match, it felt slower, heavier. Buzz. Another match. His brain lit up again. Quick, easy, rewarding. No risk, no effort, no vulnerability. Hours passed like this. A loop of swipes, matches, brief messages, abandoned conversations. Each interaction shorter than the last. Each reward is slightly less satisfying. Later that night, Ethan scrolled through his matches. Dozens of names, faces he barely recognized, conversations that had started and quietly faded. He tried to remember the last time he'd actually met someone from the app. Not just matched, not just messaged, but met. It took him a while, because somewhere along the way the goal had shifted. Without him noticing, the process had become the reward. Not the date, not the connection, not the relationship, just the match. He leaned back, phone still in hand, thumb hovering over the screen. For a moment, he considered closing the app, putting the phone down, reaching out to one person, just one, and actually seeing where it could go. Buzz, a new match. The thought disappeared instantly, replaced by that familiar fleeting lift. He opened it, smiled, and without hesitation went back to swiping. Because when validation becomes effortless, it also becomes endless. And when it's endless, it's very hard to stop, even when it stops meaning anything at all.